In Crime and Punishment tonight, deliberations began in Los Angeles today in what some people have called the MySpace suicide trial. The woman who's at the center of the case could spend decades in prison if she's convicted. Now, the crime involves a computer, but is the government blaming the woman for a tragedy that was beyond her control?
Right now, you'll think about any time you've ever been bullied, how it felt. You'll think of your family, your friends being bullied, and how it would feel. You'll think of anyone you know who has bullied someone else and how you'd respond to them now. But that's the problem. You'll think, but what will actually be done?
You just can't let bullying get to you, and if it's happening with someone else, the best you can do is try to comfort that person and be there for them instead of really attacking the other people, because then you're just fueling the fire for bullying.
Have you ever heard of cyberbullying?
No.
No? You haven't heard of cyberbullying?
Well, I could guess what it is, but I've never actually heard the term.
What would you think cyberbullying is?
Pretty much harassing someone over the internet.
Yeah, that's exactly what cyberbullying is.
Sadly, I know what cyberbullying is.
What do you mean by sadly?
I was a cyberbully back in the day. I felt really bad for ever. I couldn't even look the girl in the eye. For a whole week, I avoided even walking down the same hallway as that girl.
Cyberbullying is now one of the most used and most effective forms of bullying, defined as a situation when a person of any age is tormented, harassed, humiliated, embarrassed, or otherwise targeted by another person using the internet, mobile phone, or other type of digital technology.
There's this girl that I really did not agree with on anything, and I didn't like something she wrote on some social networking website, and I decided to say something about it, and it just got really bad. And they went to the principal at my school, and it was just bad. I insulted her, I threatened her, I said that her life was pointless. I said a lot of mean things, and I wish I could take them back.
How do you think she felt about it?
She acted like she was, too tough to let it show that it affected her, but I think it did, because she went to the principal about it and she was crying a lot, and I just felt really bad.
I've heard of other people being bullied over the internet, but it's never been something really personal to me because it's never happened to me or anyone that was very close with me. So, but I know that a lot of social networks kind of also fuel that fire as far as it makes it easier for people to cyberbully and stuff like that.
I haven't had friends cyberbullied that have talked to me about it, but I've been cyberbullied also.
How did that make you feel?
It really was a bummer, and it made me feel even worse about cyberbullying in the first place when I did it, because it was threatening and it hurt your feelings, and it's just you feel scared and you feel sad and upset and vulnerable, everything at once, and it's very bad. It's a bad feeling.
And even though laws would improve these situations, it does not solve or prevent these actions, and unfortunately, the repercussions can be more devastating than a prison sentence. Do you know anyone who has committed suicide?
Yes. 2 years ago, I knew Laura. I didn't know her well, but I won't get into that. But Sean and I were pretty close since freshman year, so it really, it sucks.
Sean, I didn't really know him very much. I've always seen him, and I don't know why he did it, but some people say it was because of bullying also. And that really bothers me, and it got me angry because he was a great guy, and he shouldn't have. That he doesn't deserve that.
Yes, I know a couple people that have committed suicide. Well, 2 of them were at the school. I only knew one of them personally, and then one of them was outside of school, and that was a couple years ago. We were really close. He was one of my best friends.
So how did it affect you when he committed suicide?
It affected me a lot. It was really hard, but I'm really close with his family and they're close with us, so it made it easier to have people to go to and be around that knew what you were going through.
What would you say to one of the bullies that could have been a bully to Sean?
I try to calm down before I approach them, because if I'm angry and I approach them, I'll probably lash out at them very much. But I'll tell them that they're wrong, and I'll make them actually feel like they were wrong and make them understand how it's not something they should ever do to anyone, because no one deserves something like that from anyone else.
What would you say to a person who is considering to cyberbully now?
Don't do it. You know, the outcome could be totally not worth venting to this person or going off on them, because you'll probably live with that guilt for the rest of your life if something happens to that person.